and today I'm back with another tutorial and a little bit of a first impressions review on this palette that I'm so excited to talk about, and that is the Grav3yardgirl Swamp Queen palette, which I've been trying to get my hands on for a very long time. When it first came out, I think it was like 9 months ago now, Sephora, Ulta, everywhere was completely sold out of it, and reasonably so, because the colors in the palette are incredible and the highlight is insane, as you can tell. And so I've had it sitting here for a while and I've been meaning to get to it, but I'm finally so excited to get to using this palette. I've never used it before, besides this, obviously, and I really like the way it turned out. I really like this palette, you guys. I pretty much just did a kind of half cut crease, but not really, and it's really burnt orange and really golden, bronzed, perfect for summer and springtime, and then with a purple lip to complement the plum underneath my eyeshadows. Okay, so as always, starting out by using a thin coat of Maybelline FitMe concealer to prime my eyelids, and then I'm going to go over that with another thin coat of Airspun loose face powder, and this just helps ensure that the eyeshadow doesn't crease and that it stays in place, and it gives it something nice to blend into. And I'm just using a Morphe M441 to put on that Airspun powder. The first shade from the palette that I'm going to use is called Natural Peaches, and then using that same Morphe M441, I'm just going to use that as my transition shade, dusting that into the crease and then blending it upwards pretty high because we want this color to still be shown through, and it'll help us get a nice gradient. I'm in love with this color so much. Peach colors have been the biggest trend for spring and I love it. Already I can tell that this shade is really blendable. It's blending out really nicely and it's not chalky at all as far as I can tell. After that, I'm going to take the shade Dog Man. I'm obsessed with this shade. I love burnt orange colors and I think they look so good on my face. I'm not even gonna lie, but I think they look good on everyone. And to dust that shade into my crease, I'm just using a Morphe M505 brush, which is a crease blending brush. And you just want to blend that out pretty far, but not all the way up as far as you did Natural Peaches, because you still want Natural Peaches to show through. Okay, so personally, I didn't like the way that that shade blended out. My brush is a little dirty. I used it for another look, so that could be a factor. But personally, I had to blend this one out for a really long time, and I know that what I'm going to do next is going to help that. After that, I'm going to take the shade Sippy Sippy. I'm a little bit skeptical as to how this is going to work out because it has gold glitter in it, but if the base is really opaque, I feel like it'll still work out really well. And then I'm just going to start blending that into my outer corner using a Morphe B18, making sure to tap off the excess and then building up as needed. And then after that, I'm just going to start to blend that in towards the center of my eye, but not all the way to the center. And this is building up exactly how I wanted it to. I didn't want the glitter to be too shimmery. I just wanted it to add a little bit of nice extra detail, and I wanted the brown to still be nice and dark, and that's how it is. So this is a great shade to use for the palette, and I feel like it really makes it so that this palette is a complete look. You don't need to bring anything else if you're just taking this on the go. You don't need to bring another shade to, you know, like add definition or to brighten it up or anything, so I really like that about it so far. After that, I'm going to take the shade Sassy Bun and pack that onto the center of the lid. I'm just going to start that at the inner corner and then blend that into Sippy Sippy using a Wet n Wild eyeshadow brush. I don't know the name of it. It's not on here. I guess my sweaty ass hands rubbed it off. But I'm just going to put a little bit of Urban Decay setting spray onto my brush before packing that onto my lid so that it just helps intensify the shimmer of the shade. Ooh, that's pretty. It's such a nice rose gold. Yes. This would have been a really pretty half cut crease look, but I think that I want it to be a little bit softer. So I'm gonna try to make that pretty defined into my crease there, but I'm not gonna take it any further, and I'm not gonna go ahead and define it with concealer, but still kind of go for that effect while still keeping it super soft. Okay, I really like that a lot. And then just going back in with that Morphe M441, I'm just going to blend those two shades together. And I actually want to add a little bit more definition and depth to the look, so I'm going to go back in with that Morphe B18, and I'm going to put a little bit more of Sippy Sippy into the outer corner. And then I'm going to go back in with Dog Man, and I'm just going to dust that right above the crease to help bring that burnt orange shade out. after that, it's time for concealer. I'm going to use Maybelline Fit Me and just draw an upside down triangle underneath my eyes and then blend that out with a beauty blender. And then using that same beauty blender, I'm just going to set that using Airspun Loose Face Powder. Then I'm just going to go in with Man Cat, which is a deep purpley plum shade that I really, really love. And I'm just going to put that on my lower lash line and smoke it out. And to do this, I'm using an e.l.f. blending brush. Okay, and then I've just decided that I'm going to focus that towards the outer corner, and then as I get in here, I'm going to lighten it up. To do that, as I get closer to the inner corner of my eye, I'm going to go in with Haunting and then blend that into Man Cat. And then to highlight the brow bone, I'm going to go in with Big Baby. And to do that, I'm just using a Morphe B19 brush. Okay. I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but this looks so pretty, you guys. Okay, so next I'm gonna do winged liner. I used to swear by winged eyeliner and I would never go a day without wearing it, but lately I've been doing the whole no liner thing, just lashes, and I've been really liking it. And I've been having a hard time deciding if winged eyeliner is going to pull together my whole look or completely ruin it, but I feel like with this look, it's really gonna pull it together. So that's what I'm gonna do. Please ignore my nails, they're so bad, I know, but just, I'm sorry. I feel like winged eyeliner is a whole nother video in itself, so I'm not going to go through the whole process. I'm just going to do it. And to do that, I'm going to be using my Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in the shade Trooper, which is the best liquid liner. So to contour today, I'm going to start off using the shade Sweet Tea. And to bronze my face up, I'm just going to go in with a big fluffy brush. Mine is from e.l.f. And I'm just going to put that into the hollows of my cheek and under my forehead. That's nice though. Wow, that's really blendable. It's not that orange. I thought it was going to be really orange. Okay, but first off, I just realized I'm doing my makeup in the weirdest order today. I usually do lashes and then highlight my brow bone and inner corner, but I just went straight for the bronzer and then I was gonna highlight the lashes. I don't know why. Anyways, but as you can see, this bronzer did a really good job of warming up my face and adding some color and definition without looking too orange. So props to Bunny and Tarte, because I like this bronzer a lot and I thought it was just gonna be like straight up orange. And obviously it's going to work different for every skin tone, and it works great for mine. Might not work for yours, but this is based on my experience and I like it a lot. It is still just a little bit orange and not quite dark enough to give me the definition I want. Personally, I like a really defined contour, so I'm going to go in with the NYX Contour Palette, and I'm just going to use this cool brown shade here, and then I'm just going to put that just into the hollows of my cheeks. I'm using a Sephora Multitasker contour brush. This is a great brush for contouring the cheeks because it helps get a really defined but still blended contour. Then to clean that up, I'm going to go back in with my Airspun Loose Face Powder on a beauty blender and just draw a defined line underneath the contour and then dust off the excess. And then using that same contour shade, I'm going to contour my chin. And to contour my nose today, I'm going to use my NYX Contour Kit because I feel like the one from the Swamp Queen palette is just going to be a little bit too orange for me. But that's okay because I think it was meant to be more of a bronzer than a contour shade. To do that today, I'm going to be using my Morphe M164, which is a perfect nose contouring brush because it's super thin and it's also really stiff and it helps you to get a really defined line. And then you guys know the drill by now. I'm going to use a little bit of that Airspun face powder on a beauty blender to clean that up. And then I'm just going to dust off the excess. What excess? Where's the excess? So for blush today, I'm just going to go in with Does This Thing Really Work, which is a beautiful pinky coral shade with gold flecks of glitter, and I'm just going to do that using my e.l.f. complexion brush. Okay, yeah, I like that a lot. It's pigmented, but I don't like my blushes to be too pigmented because then it just looks a hot mess, honey. I was going to just say that the gold flecks didn't really come through, but now that I'm holding the mirror closer to my face, I definitely see those gold flecks, and that's real real party if you ask me. And I'm so excited to highlight because I've just heard great things about the highlighter that is in this palette, and I'm so excited to use it. I look so weird without any lashes on. Why did I not put lashes on until now? We'll do that next. So I'm just gonna use this little BH Cosmetics fan brush and dust the highlight shade, which is called Gator Wings, and I love that name. So very much funny. And I'm just going to dust that onto the apples of my cheeks. Oh yes. Oh my gosh. I literally have only put on a few little light coats of this, and that is poppin'. Wow.
Yeah, like I barely put any on there, and it's... Are you kidding me?
And I always just like to take a little bit on my finger and just emphasize the apples of my cheeks so that you can still see the highlight when I'm facing forward, when I smile. And I'm also going to use that to highlight the inner corner of my eyes. And to do that, I'm just going to go back in with that Morphe B19 brush. And to line my waterline today, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay 24/7 Waterline Eye Pencil in the shade Legend. And for mascara today, I'm going to go ahead and use my Buxom mascara. I just got it in the little gift that you get from Sephora when you get, like, I think it was 500 points or whatever, but I've never tried it before and I like it a lot, and I'm definitely going to buy a full-size one now. And I'm just going to go ahead and do that off camera because I know that you all know how to put on mascara. Okay, so I'm done with mascara. My camera actually died after I highlighted my cheeks, and I forgot two very important highlighting points, so I'm just going to go back in with Gator Wings highlighter, and then using that same Morphe B19 brush, I'm just going to go back in and highlight the center of my nose. Oh yeah. That just made the biggest difference in my nose. Wow. Put a little bit extra on the tip. Yay. I'm going to go in with that underneath my brow bone just to add a little bit of extra highlight. Oh yeah, I should have done that earlier. Yes. And for lashes today, I'm going to go in with my new favorites. This is just a box because I already took the lashes out and they're sitting there drying with glue. These are the Eyelure... Whoa. These are the Eyelure Definition eyelashes. I'd been using the Vegas May ones and I loved them. And so I saw these at Ulta and I just had to try them out, and they were a lot more inexpensive than the Vegas May ones, so I'm excited. They look like they're going to be really nice. They're really dark and really feathery looking. And then I just like to squeeze them together, which helps the eyelashes blend into the real eyelashes even further. See, falsies just make the biggest difference in the look. And for lips today, I'm gonna go in with two different NYX lingerie lipsticks. I love these. They're super affordable, really easy to get. They're sold at like every drugstore and they stay on really long for the price. So the first shade I'm gonna go in with is Cabaret Show, and this is just a really pretty deep nude pink. Okay, and then after that shade, I'm gonna go in with Embellishment. This shade I am wearing the living shit out of. I love it, and it's just a really pretty nude, kind of purpley gray shade. But we're just gonna put this onto the center of the lips, and since it's a lighter shade, it's gonna make our lips look bigger, which is always a plus. And then that shade really complements the plum shade underneath my lash line, and so I really like that a lot. And the last step, as always, is to clean up around the lips with some concealer. I'm going to be using my Maybelline FitMe concealer as always, and a Morphe M421 brush. And then don't forget to set your face using a setting spray. I'm just going to be using the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray, which is my favorite. And that's gonna be the finished look. I hope you guys like it. I think that the Swamp Queen palette is spot on. I've always been a huge fan of Bunny. She's one of the first beauty YouTubers I've ever watched, and I've always been a big fan of Tarte too, so I had high hopes for this palette, and it definitely lived up to those. I think the palette is especially great for taking it on the go since it's very versatile and you don't need to bring any extra shades or anything else to get a complete look out of it, and of course I'm just in love with the colors in this palette. Honestly, I really have no idea why this palette isn't more popular than it is, because it's for sure going to be one of my favorites from now on. If you guys like this look, make sure to hit subscribe below this video so that you never miss out on any of my tutorials or looks, and don't forget to share it with your friends if you like it and you think that they'd like to try out the look too. As always, links to all of my social media will be below, as well as a list of all the products that I used in this video. So that's going to be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!